Yes. So my first question is, apart from it being technologically the future and more or less sci-fi, was there any other reason that you made this virtual reality documentary about Wacken?
Well, this is our first forte into virtual reality, VR, and there's no better place to do it than here because you can immerse yourself in there's just much more than just music. There's the campsite and the battling and the fighting that goes on, and we just had an opportunity to do our first VR doc, and it just made sense to do it here.
Okay. Because of course it's the biggest and the mecca, and
because it's the mecca, and it's more than just the music. It's there's so much else going on here over the course of 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, that's the feeling that I had from watching the first chapters, and it was like everything the people said, all of the content was like, yes, I felt that. That's how I feel. That's what I've wanted. That's what I would have said. Like, this is a family and a community.
Yeah, it totally feels like everyone here just comes together, and it has a family feel from the organizers all the way down. It's a real treat to be here.
How many times had you been here before you?
This is my second time.
Second ever?
Yeah, second ever.
That means before you, last time you filmed it, right?
Yeah, last year was my first time. A lot of us, it was our first time.
So you didn't really know how it is. You just dived right into it.
Yeah.
Nice.
There was, like you were saying, the first chapter is the first timers' perspective of the festival, and for a lot of us that were here, we were living that first time feeling of being here. And there was there was a few people that came with us, like Sam and those guys that had been here plenty of times, and they're like, there's no way we can describe what it's like. You just have to see it. You have to be there.
Cool. And you also gave the viewer this feeling also from being on stage.
Yes.
You have this viewpoint from the Arch Enemy gig, and you see, more or less, you can feel how it is to be on stage and see all this huge mass of people in front of it cheering for you, more or less.
Yeah.
How did that collaboration come about with Arch Enemy?
That was all Sam. Sam just reached out to them and explained what was going on, and Arch Enemy Camp were super into it, and it was just very easy to do. And it's too bad you couldn't get the feeling of the pyro and how hot those flames were. It's pretty insane to be looking out over 85,000 people, screaming and cheering. It takes your breath away.
Yeah, totally. And do you have a favorite part of the documentary? Do you have a favorite chapter or favorite moment?
I like the Wasteland Warriors with Sean a lot. I think that's pretty wild what they're doing, and the work that goes into I don't want to say set, that production designing of all the cars and the weapons and the armor and the outfits, and the choreography with the cage fighting, and just the how just beautiful and apocalyptic it all looks. That's besides, I love music festivals, and I try to go to as many festivals, and I try to see as many bands as possible, but besides the music part of it, I thought the Wasteland Warriors was awesome, and all the partying at the campground is insane too.
It is, yes. And was Wacken only the beginning? Do you have anything else in planning in this area of technology?
Wacken was the beginning, and it was our first forte into VR, but nothing planned as of right now, but definitely we would like to probably do like a true concert, a VR concert experience. Like maybe I don't know, maybe we'll come back, or maybe there's an opportunity at another festival. But for sure, it's the future.
Yes, it is. And I was just wondering because when you're like in looking into the thingy hardware in the goggles, exactly. You feel like you're really there, and you have like yes, you also get this kind of feeling of vertigo.
Yeah.
And like all your senses react to this scenery, and I was wondering if you maybe not like directly, but if you were also thinking of people who just can't come to such an event. I don't know, people who live on the other end of the world, or maybe people who are limited physically and can't be here. But were you thinking of these people, like making this huge experience more affordable is not the word, but you know,
more practical,
accessible?
Accessible, yeah, definitely. And there's been several people that have said, "This is so great. I can show my parents where I go every summer, and I can truly show my friends like what it is that Wacken is that you can't really capture in words." It's
Cool. Is there anything else that you wish you could do? Any other, I don't know, representation of something, some feeling that you get here in Wacken? Some unique, I don't know.
I guess you feel drunk with the vertigo sometimes. So it's a pretty special euphoric feeling being here. I don't know. You don't have to wait in lines, I guess, with VR. I feel like the app and the different chapters and the stories that we're telling, from like a first-timer's perspective to the more experienced, to Wasteland Warriors, you kind of we did a good job of showing all kind of avenues of the festival, but I mean,
also the artist's point of view.
I think we're all super happy and stoked about how it turned out.
It was really cool. Yeah, I think you should.
Did you go through how many chapters did you do?
All of them.
You did all? Okay.
Yeah, a couple of bonus stuff also.
Nice.
It was really cool. Yes.
Nice.
And you should think of yourself successful, because it's a really cool thing.
Yes, thank you very much. It was great. It was great to do. I'm so glad to be back showing it.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.